before we get to questions, your thoughts on last week's game against Arkansas State?
Well, played a really good football team. One of those games that we just never got the momentum. They beat us 17-7, and they picked up a fumble and ran it in for a touchdown, and we just never caught momentum. Had several chances. Had guys open for touchdowns, missed a field goal. Had a chance, chances to get it back, just never got it back.
And Coach, now on Thursday night, a short week to play against Troy. You host the Trojans at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Your thoughts on the Troy Trojans coming up?
Well, it's a big ball game, obviously for both schools. I think everybody understands that. It's a game that has developed over the last 4 years. We've been in the last 3 years we were Division I, and it's just gotten better each year as it's gone by. Great tradition in the Troy program, and we all are aware of that. And they used to basically be the Sun Belt, back in the day, and Coach Brown's done a good job bringing that program back. They're doing a heck of a job on the field, and they look good. Playing good defense right now, and real consistent offensively. They're much different than maybe you look at some of the Troy teams in the past, were more big play potential kind of teams, and they can still do that, and they will. But they really, run the ball and kind of clock management kind of deal, and they're doing a good job.
Thank you very much, Coach. As a reminder to members of the media in the call, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for head coach Joey Jones of South Alabama. Coach, defensive end Randy Allen had the school record 4.5 tackles for loss and his career best 13 stops against Arkansas State. What could you say about his performance on Saturday against the Red Bulls?
Well, he's a very good football player. I think he's really turned a lot of eyes. I think he's second in the country right now in sacks and second in the country for tackles for loss. So obviously he's having a great year. He's one of the best I've been around. Not the biggest guy in the world. He's 6'2", 245, but he can bring it, and just plays hard every play. I mean, just every play is in the game. He's 100%.
And Coach, it seems like every week we're talking about your standout tight end Gerald Everett, but again, another 100-yard performance, the first time in school history with back-to-back 100-yard receiving games by a South Alabama player. I mean, what did he provide for the team on Saturday against Arkansas State, and then going into Thursday against Troy? What do you think he adds to your offense to attack the Trojans?
Well, he's a big play guy. He when he gets the ball in his hands, he breaks so many tackles, and he did that late in the game. We were down. He broke, I think, about a 70-yard pass play and broke about 5 tackles to get down there. It was a little late to change the momentum in the game at that point, but if we'd gotten it to him earlier, maybe he could have made a play and changed the game earlier. But just one of the best I've ever been around. I think he's got a bright future in the NFL for sure.
And Coach, this Thursday night is a rivalry game between the Trojans and the Jaguars. As you mentioned, dating back to a while ago. I mean, do you see anything, with your student athletes going to this game to give them a little bit more of an edge in preparation?
Well, if you can't get ready for a game like this, then you're hard hitting beaten. And I think that our kids understand, how important this game is, and it's bragging rights. You look at a game like this, it's one of those 365 days a year you can brag, or 364, and so they got a lot of tradition, a lot of respect for their program, and the job they've done there. But it will be a war Thursday night.